I said, when I'm done with my accusations of King Charles III and the British Empire, and when I begin showing the British Empire what they are going to lose if they leave Zimbabwe in the hands of Idi Mnangagwa, I'm sorry to tell you, ZANU-PF, it will be over before the sun comes up in the morning. For they certainly I know things that King Charles and his British Empire will definitely not want to miss. They will salivate if they were to be told of those things, if they were to know of those things. And they will shake if they know who else is going to be given those things if they do not act appropriately. For a time is coming when the British Empire is going to understand something that they clearly don't understand at the moment. What King Charles III doesn't understand that the sun is about to set on his kingdom. And there is something that he can do about it. Or he can relax and then say, everything is fine. I'm white. I'm a nice white king with a crown in England who can remove me from my seat. You know, I've got all of these black slaves. I've got my guy Itim Nangagwa providing free Zimbabwean slaves because I asked him to destroy Zimbabwe and he's doing exactly just that. ZANU-PF is good for British business. That's what it appears right now. The sun is about to set for the British Empire. If the British Empire were to know what is going to save it from collapse, I'm talking about multi-generational collapse, as in like 50 years from now, the British look back and then they say, yo, we used to be called Britain, I mean Great Britain. We now call ourselves Little Britain because there's nothing great about us anymore. Right now, they do not know. I haven't shown them. The moment I show them what they are going to lose or what they are about to lose, who they shall become in global politics, how small they shall become, and if they get to see who else is going to take their place, is going to hate them so much, they will come back to their senses and they will eat from the palm of my hands. And we will lead the empire in a different direction. Empire builders take the road less traveled. Empire builders come with strange knowledge. It might look wickedly deceptive. It might look unattainable. It might look unbelievable. It certainly looks inconceivable. But in any case, it is a secret source of empire building. It can't be a secret source if it is common, if it is easy to find, if it is clear for everyone to see as daylight, then it's not a secret source. It is a common source that everyone uses and it has got not much value. It is cheap. What is not cheap is rare. It is hidden and it can easily fool you for something useless. Just like the diamonds in Marange. I hear women used to pick up diamonds in Marange and they would decorate their front yards with diamonds, not knowing the value of those diamonds. They would rather go sleep hungry with diamonds decorated outside because they didn't know that the diamonds are worth millions. There is something that the British Empire has not realized. I said that day, we poor Zimbabweans have a meeting with that King Charles. He will be perplexed and wonder if he still is a king. He will be wondering and perhaps power is shifted and he didn't even notice. Perhaps under his throne, somebody has pulled the rag and they didn't even notice it. And they will thank me for making them recognize it. For the British do not know. They are drunk in self-importance and pride and white superiority complex without noticing that any human being can be more powerful than you. Any human being. That's how God created all of us. The weakest amongst us all, the darkest amongst us all, might actually be picked by the God who is the greatest amongst us all to do a strange work that the wise and intelligent never even knew about, because their wisdom is not eternal wisdom. China is probably salivating. China is coming, and China is going to close the lid of British intelligence. And China is going to cut short the lifeblood of the British Empire so that it will not be able to rise again. So that the British Empire will be useless to the Americans. So that the Americans might even dump the British Empire in favor of Beijing. While the king is oppressing the people that could help him, he would discover that those people might have long gone and made new friends with strange fellows with slanted eyes who don't care about the English language or English culture, for they have got their own culture that they venerate far above English culture. Who now understand that money comes from thin air. It can be printed. Okay. That empires can be broken as big as they are. They should not be feared. You know whom we should value? Let me teach you something. When they want to build an empire, business empire, national empire, do you know whom you must value the most? It is the least of your slaves, the least of your servants. That's the one whom you should value the most, because in them is a secret source that you absolutely got no clue about. Did you know that in business and political circles, they always speak of, I forgot the name that they give to waiters. There's a name that they give to waiters. It refers to the waiter's ability to know certain government secrets that are discussed by politicians when they're having tea. But those politicians, they just dismiss waiters as just nobodies. But waiters have known when an empire is about to invade a foreign land, not because they were seeking for it, but because very important people were discussing it in front of them, thinking, he's just a tea boy, he knows nothing. But the tea boy, he has got all the secrets of the empire. Why am I saying this? I'm just saying, general, it is the weak in your kingdom that are either can open doors for you or close doors for you. The British king is making a terrible mistake with Zimbabweans by destroying Zimbabweans through Emerson Mnangagwa and making them cheap labor, and treating them with disdain. He believes they are nothing, they are black, who's going to support them. What are they? What can they do? He doesn't know that there is a hidden treasure and a hidden clever that his prestige has never allowed him to get to know, because they don't bow down to go to the abyss to see what's going on. Unlike our Lord Jesus Christ, who bowed down, died, and went to hell, and went to the abysmal hell to take the keys of death. Christ knows what is going on in the depths of the darkest places, even though he resides in the highest of the place of honor, in the highest throne. King Charles lives in that place of throne, place of honor, but doesn't bow down to know what's going on down. And that's why I said, as I began, that the rug is pulled up, is pulled out under his throne. He doesn't see it because it doesn't look that direction. He's facing the pompous, prestigious direction. Yet, at the bottom, that's where things are happening. In the dark, hidden corners of the internet, things are happening. And no one will tell you what's going on unless if you're part of it. China is making a move, gentlemen. China will run the world. The British Empire is sleeping, for it is drunken fornication of oppressing black slaves. Because I've seen something. They've got this craving of owning a slave. This is not allowed in global law now to directly own a slave. I still see that deep desire to have some slave boy that you just kick around for fun. But that's what it's going to cost the British Empire dearly. I'll say again, the Chinese are making a move. Europe is pivoting towards China. And Europe cannot survive without China. Already, Europe is heavily relying on Russian gas. And China is a producer of European consumables. I mean, European consumers consume Chinese produce. And China is a guy who is a guy with the upper hand. The British are losing their relevance. Instead of pulling together the Commonwealth for the common good, they are tearing apart the Commonwealth and choosing winners and losers, choosing only white people to be winners and choosing all black people to be losers. Well, black people make most of Africa, and Africa is the next frontier of economic growth. If that economic growth is grabbed by China, it will be over for the British Empire. They will never be able to recover from what China is going to do to the British Empire in Africa. And China will play nice. It will play a good uncle. And the British will be still stuck in their white superiority nonsense, such that the Chinese are going to overtake them. And once China make inroads, it will strengthen the British strength. And when Europe and USA sees that Britain is useless, they will turn their back on Britain in favor of China. Already Britain has gone through Brexit, a separation from Europe. I would predict that if the pattern goes forward, and China making inroads, the United States will come to a place where they have to be forced to break away from Britain in favor of a relationship with China. A business alliance between American business and Chinese business has been strong and is getting stronger. The politicians might be making some noises that may make it appear as if there there's a rising wedge between the Americans and the Chinese. But American business is betting big on China and they're doubling down. And they don't have time for Washington's rents against China. For Chinese 1.4 billion market is very important for American business. So is Africa's 1.2 billion population that is going to emerge out from the lower classes and into the middle class, becoming a major consumer of goods and services in a destination for the next surge or the next run of global capitalism. By the way, China is a capitalist nation. Don't be confused by CCP, Chinese Communist Party. Well, it's a Chinese capitalist party, if you ask me. It's about business. British are losing that battle because they are busy oppressing the black people that they are supposed to be partnering with. Whereas China is coming in as a big brother, which gives China a bigger share, a bigger influence in the future of African development. And King Charles is losing the plot. As I say, when the British finally see what they are currently refusing to see, we're going to be having a different conversation concerning the future of my people in Zimbabwe. I do not need to paint the picture clearly to you, gentlemen. Let each man fill in the blanks and know what to do. For time is running out. I will not wait any longer to take my people out of poverty. Have a great evening.